In 30 years on the bench, Judge Camille Neider had seen it all. Murder cases, violent crimes, the worst humanity had to offer. But on May 6, 2025, in an Ogden, Utah courtroom, something broke inside this seasoned judge that had never happened before in 25 years. As she read the details of what happened to 12-year-old Gavin Peterson, Judge Neider did something she had never done in court. She began to cry. This is the story of a case so horrific it moved a judge to tears, and a father who received a sentence that could keep him locked away forever. I'm your host, and this is the Unsolved Files. West Haven, Utah, July 2024. A 911 call would expose one of the most disturbing child abuse cases the state had ever seen. 12-year-old Gavin Peterson was found unresponsive in his family home. His father, Shane Peterson, claimed the boy had been sick for days with vomiting, but when paramedics arrived and began CPR, what they saw would haunt them forever. Gavin's body was severely emaciated. His internal organs were shutting down from complete malnutrition. This wasn't a sick child. This was a child who had been systematically starved and tortured. The Peterson family seemed normal from the outside. Shane Peterson, the father, Nicole Lee Scott, Gavin's stepmother, Tyler Peterson, Gavin's older stepbrother. But behind closed doors, 12-year-old Gavin was living in hell. When investigators obtained search warrants for the family's phones, they discovered a digital trail of horror. Text messages between Shane Peterson, his wife Nicole Scott, and son Tyler revealed the systematic torture of Gavin Peterson. Messages referenced hitting and beating the child, locking him in his room for extended periods, and severely restricting his food and water. But the evidence went beyond text messages. Investigators found that Gavin had been essentially erased from family life. While other children in the home had photos and videos documenting normal childhood moments, Gavin had none, except those documenting his abuse. The medical examiner's report painted a picture of prolonged suffering. Gavin's body showed signs of severe malnutrition, organ failure, and physical trauma. He had been systematically starved while living in the same house where other family members had access to food. May 6, 2025, the Weber County Courthouse. Judge Camille Neider prepared to sentence Shane Peterson for the murder of his own son. As Judge Neider began reading the victim impact statements and details of Gavin's suffering, something unprecedented happened. This veteran judge, who had presided over countless horrific cases, began to break down emotionally. Through tears, Judge Neider described the case as one of the most disturbing she had ever encountered. The systematic nature of the abuse, the deliberate cruelty, the fact that this was a father torturing his own child. It was too much even for someone who had seen decades of criminal behavior. Shane Peterson was sentenced to 15 years to life in prison, but as Judge Neider delivered the sentence, her voice cracked with emotion as she spoke directly to the memory of Gavin Peterson. Today, Shane Peterson sits in Utah State Prison, serving his sentence for the murder of his son. Nicole Scott and Tyler Peterson also received significant prison terms for their roles in Gavin's death. But the image of Judge Neider breaking down in court serves as a powerful reminder that even those who dedicate their lives to justice are human. Sometimes the cases we encounter are so horrific, so senseless, that they break through even the strongest professional barriers. Gavin Peterson was just 12 years old. He deserved love, protection, and a chance at life. Instead, he received torture from the very people who should have protected him. If this case has affected you, please remember that child abuse reporting is everyone's responsibility. If you suspect a child is being abused, contact your local authorities or the Child Help National Child Abuse Hotline. Thank you for watching the Unsolved Files. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on cases like this. Justice for Gavin Peterson was served, but his memory reminds us to protect the vulnerable among us.